Greetings, dear suckers, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, where last time we met the Pumpkin Prince. That's about the long and short of it. Anyway. Bo and the baby. The witch. The situation. Let's talk about the witch. Kanika is missing, and the whole general store is gone. I need to get to Sybil before she does something to her daughter. Before she does more to her daughter. Assuming Kanika is even really her daughter. I don't know. Kanika? I don't think I've met any Kanikas. And Sybil doesn't have any daughters. At least not that I know of. The hell are you talking about? Even I know she has a daughter. Ah, there we go. You're unaffected too. Just as I suspected. But why? Because we don't trust Sybil? Unlike some of the other people in town? Is Tabitha? Does Tabitha remember? Why have I not asked Tabitha about Kanika? Whatever. Or is there something more to that? The tea! Of course! Of course it was the fucking tea! Of course it was! That's why she was so insistent on the tea reading. That's why she was so insistent on Kanika having a rest and drinking some tea, I think was her exact words, or close enough. And what was Avery doing that time we met up with him? In episode 2, wasn't it? Drinking tea. It makes sense. Of course this town would get all their tea from the local herbalist, rather than importing it from somewhere else. And we know that her herbs can be used to do strange things. They were what was being used to suppress Reese, weren't they? They're being used by Tabitha for whatever the fuck she's doing with the goat. I fucking knew there was some shit going on with that tea. I knew it. And of course Julius wouldn't drink her tea because he, like me, knows what the fuck is up. And we knew something shady was going on with Kanika. Well, we'll see. Can't say I necessarily recall her name. Not that I make a habit of learning names anyway. But there's something off. This ain't right. Damn it. I thought staying away from her tea was enough. But she still managed to get to me eventually, didn't she? Ha! Vindication! Of course it was her tea! Among other things, evidently. That being said, yeah, I think her having gotten to you is fairly obvious at this point. You've, very much got here. Anyway. She's messing with me the same as she messes with everybody. That devil woman. Quite. Maybe I can't entirely blame your unfortunate decision-making on you, in retrospect. If she really has gotten to you, who knows since when. Fuck, man, what a situation. Devil woman indeed. I say we kill her. It's the only way to be sure. What the hell are you all talking about? Person I don't know, you hung out with Kanika 2 days ago. Huh? Where? Okay. Right, that confirms it. Tabitha's more in the boat I am, which does not surprise me. She seems like one of the few people who even remotely has her head on straight around here. At the ghost thing, we were all there. Kanika, she runs the general store. The place where literally all of you go to buy everything. She eyes Julius for a moment. Well, maybe not you. But the rest of you all go to that store. It's why I keep trying to buy it. Well, you're in luck. The property is likely for sale, albeit in need of a few renovations. Did you hit your head when you fell down the stairs? Since when has Scarlet Hollow had a general store? Why would it not have a general store? That would be kind of odd, wouldn't it? What? Okay, we need to talk to Sybil. Like, now. Or, well, in a minute, once we're done with this situation. Look, if you need to get in touch with the witch, you'll have to hold on till all this is done. The only means I have of getting in touch with her is to have Fawcett there. Yeah, you'll have to walk me through that one. I'm not certain how that works. It's fed by natural spring water. That's her preferred method of communicating. That's her preferred method of communication. Like her internet, I suppose. Oh, that explains it. What? But as you can see, it's currently out of order. I tried earlier, but my boy's got his, meat all in there. You can call that meat. We won't be getting a drop out of it till he's calmed down. Or dead. But I guess that's technically calm. Also, I'd rather not communicate with her. I'd rather simply find her and ambush her before she knows we're there, but oh well. Okay then. What were the terms of this deal you made with the witch? Walk me through it from the beginning. Don't leave anything out. When I caught her doing what she was doing, she offered me this ritual thing in exchange for my silence. Offered it right away, like she could just see right through me. Knew exactly what I wanted most. And you didn't find that slightly suspicious? I suppose what she didn't know was I'm not the kind of man who turns somebody in anyway. Her business was her business. She didn't have to bother giving me some recipe to cook a boy from dirt, blood, and pumpkin seeds, but I took it anyway. Ah. So it wasn't you extorting a favor from her, it was her proactively offering it to you. In exchange for silence she didn't actually have to buy. That... Again, you didn't find this at all suspicious? At least Well, I can't say that's as obviously a bad idea as trying to extort a witch, but it's still highly suspect. Then I just sat on it for a while, till a moment of weakness. Of course. What was the ritual? Did you do something to Duke's pumpkin? It wasn't his damn pumpkin! It was on my property! And the only reason it got as big as it was is because I fed it my own blood every night since the day it was planted. Bleeding on the dirt like some kind of Satan worshiper. If that don't make it mine, I don't know what does. Huh. I really don't like getting involved in border disputes. They never are productive. I guess the whole feeding it your own blood thing is some kind of claim, but not like they would have known that. Not that I can exactly blame you for not telling anyone, since what the fuck, you know? Not something that sounds like something that would go over well, but still. God knows I felt crazy doing it, though. No shit. But I'm not proud to say my judgment was a bit clouded. I was in a bad way. The thought of bringing a boy into the world was just about the only thing that made me feel like I should stick around. That's rough, buddy. Judgment was a bit clouded, huh? I wonder how much of that was just circumstance and how much was Sybil. I hate these sort of subtle mental influence bullshitteries. If we don't get a chance to kill Sybil at the end of this, there better be a good fucking reason for it. But there probably won't be. They'll probably be really stupid. Not that any of you need to know about all that. Only serves as an explanation as to why I trusted her in the first place. A dangerous pastime, to be sure. Did the witch tell you how to take care of this thing once it's done? It's meant to be a kid when it's done. Other people seem to figure out how to raise those all the time. Don't need her giving me parenting tips. That's fair. I wouldn't want tips from her in general. Even if she had tips for dealing with all this, I'm not sure I would trust them. I definitely wouldn't trust them, but I'm not sure well. Most babies don't eat people to live, Julius. I'm sure there's places that practice weird shenanigans like that. This doesn't seem that unusual to me, actually. Isn't this kind of what babies do to their mothers? It's not like they're eating takeout in there for 9 months, you know? Avery, you're not helpful. Exactly. What the kid said. Yeah. The inside of a pregnant lady looks just like that. You two aren't crazy at all. Thank you, Tabitha. At least someone here has got our head screwed on straight. Okay, a few less roots attached, sure. But other than that, not far off. Bollock! Shut the fuck up, Avery. You're not helpful. ever, under any circumstances. Eesh. Is he getting worse? Miles said you had a notebook that you've asked him. Miles said you had a notebook that you've asked him a lot of questions. He sent me to you to get help fixing something that's wrong with the world. I don't go around showing my notebook to just anybody. For all I know, she sent you up here to test whether I'd be able to keep my mouth shut or not. That's some extremely vague shit anyway. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know what's wrong with the world. I've been stuck in my basement for the past 2 days. What the hell do I know about what's going on out there? Can't even get in contact with the old crone, because the tap's all clogged. Not that I didn't fucking try. If it's Miles, did something happen to Sybil? He would ask her for help if she was okay. Maybe she's in trouble. I think she is the trouble, actually, Avery. As if that hag would never get into any trouble she didn't mean to get into. You mean ever? Not that you'd be able to understand that. Not with all the tea she pours down your throat, and the throats of damn near everybody in town. She's got just about everybody. She's got just about everyone convinced she's God's gift to the holler. Quite. Bo twitches, his skin blossoming with fresh bruises as the thing takes more of him. Concerning. Certainly. That was 4. Yeah. I just want to see how many I can... I want to see this through to see how many I can get through before... Well, what exactly did you catch her doing that made her make a deal with you? Or did she ensure your silence some other way? Like I said, I'm not at liberty to discuss. Perhaps it had something to do with that husband of hers, and whatever it was he was sick with. Husband? She's married? But she's so young. Young? Do you need glasses or something? That woman's a goddamn crone if I've ever seen one. Oh no. Oh no. That has that has bad implications. That is real bad implications. A person clearly under her spell, thinking that she's young after she has vanished and Kanika has vanished from his mind. That has implications, and none of them are good. And it ain't like she's married now, anyway. He's been dead for some time, on account of the illness. She clearly betrayed you. This doesn't seem like what she promised, does it? Damn it! None of you people have any patience. He needs time, and he needs food. It can't be easy, making a baby this way. It's not easy making it the normal way either, from what I hear. But isn't it still beautiful, even the way it is now? Avery. It means close your mouth and stop talking. You are the absolute worst, Avery. The absolute worst. It's eating a man alive. It's horrifying. Cop is right. That thing is obviously an abomination. If it were up to me, I'd just kill the thing and be done with it. Do you honestly think this whole situation gets a happy ending? Maybe, actually, but only because I am the Ubermensch. That's why you're gonna sit in that corner until I say otherwise. I don't need anybody stepping in to pull some hero shit. Got it? That's 6. Wait, what was that about her tea? All that shit she's always trying to pour down people's throats. It does something to them. She gets in people's heads. I thought she couldn't get in unless you let her. So much for that. Quite. She has ways and she has means. But I drink her tea all the time. Does that mean I've been brainwashed into liking her? Yes, Avery. Kid, I get the feeling you come by that sort of thinking all on your own. I don't think you ever met somebody you didn't try to like. Or something. Myself included. But the tea made it so you don't ask questions. You just see a nice gray-haired lady and her little herbs. Not the crone she really is. The thing under Bo's skin shift. The things under Bo's skin shift, writhing in an imitation of clenching muscle. Ugh. That's from 7. Does your son have a name? Don't think that's a very useful question right now, but sure. You don't name a kid till after it's born. Even I know that. Bad luck if you do it early. Think you've got plenty of that already. Can it talk? It's barely a day old. Of course it can't talk yet. And it's making noises. It kind of sounds like babbling, right? Like babies do? How about it, baby? Can you say mama? The baby makes a horrible sound that is not even remotely similar to mama. Bo seems in a bad way. His eyes are glazed, his jaw slack except where the roots of the childlike thing are holding it in place. His body can't take much more. That's at 9. And what exactly happens after this thing is finished? Do you think it's just going to be a normal kid? Would you say that about those little premature babies they keep in the incubators? Right, that's a reasonable comparison. I don't know what he's gonna look like. That don't matter, because he's my son, and I love him. And I know he'll get big and strong if he just gets himself enough food. Even if he doesn't change. He's kinda cute like this, anyway. I'm not even gonna dignify you with a response anymore, Avery. Definitely weird, but cute. You talking about that thing? That? What is wrong with you people? Is there lead in the well water around here? Why the hell are all of us just standing around talking about that? Why the hell are all of us just standing around talking about this parasite when we all know it needs to die? Are we just Are we psychotic? I'm doing what needs to be done. So that's the breaking point then. The illusion of choice too. Tabitha dives towards the garden shears at Bo's feet, not noticing as Julius pivots his aim to her. Julius! Julius, no! Deputy Franklin seizes his moment. He lunges for his gun, grabbing and aiming all in one cop movie motion, turning Julius's attention away from her. 2 shots are fired, so close together that it sounds like an echo. Well, shit. Tabitha plunges the shears into the creature's neck. It screams, and she strikes it again. And then it stops, and a silence overpowers the room. Il buono, il brutto, il cattivo. Survive a standoff after multiple shots have been fired. Ah. So this is the resolution if I just keep talking. A dead man, a probably dead man, a dead thing, and Bo, in contrast, shows clear signs of continued life. Good for it. Yeah. Let's not do that, shall we? We know the limit is 10, although I don't know if there are any consequences to stalling until 9. How do you know it'll stop with Bo? It sounds like it was hunting before you found him. It sounds like it was hunting you before it found him. What happens when it gets hungry again? I don't appreciate you trying to pick all this apart. Too bad, it's what I'm good at. Human can opener, that's me. Just sit there and stay quiet, and we won't have any trouble. Got it? So you don't have an answer then. It's definitely going to eat you. I won't have time to go after you, Julius. You'll be in handcuffs as soon as I get the chance. Says the man who is not currently holding a gun. I'm the authority now. Best you act like it. For now, yes. Is there really no way we could separate him from Bo? Maybe if we offered him something better? Like you? Or maybe some of those ditchlings. This ain't a debate. Shut up, or I'll shut your mouth for you. I don't know, Julius. I still think there's something we're missing. And if Joe Bob thinks so too, maybe it's worth talking about again. That's why I'm here in the first place, right? To come up with some other solution? You and I already decided this was best. That discussion was had and done with before anybody else even showed up. Yeah, before anyone else showed up to have their say. Very rude. What is that thing doing to Bo? I think I can guess. Let's see. He's fertilizer. He's a person. Not anymore. He's a body that just happens to still be moving around. If my boy had the time he needed, he wouldn't be doing all this. He could have been born quietly in the field like he was supposed to. But it came out too early. Yeah, why is that? An exchange has to be made. That's what the crone always said. That's why I'm exchanging. Yeah, exchanging something that ain't yours. That's not exchanging, that's robbery. But does it have to be him? Can we move it to somebody else? I ain't volunteering. Any volunteers? Avery slowly raises their hand. Oh. Hi. Put your hand down, kid. That was one of them rhetorical questions. You weren't supposed to answer. I wouldn't do this to you. So you won't do it to the guy that's volunteering, but you will do it to the guy who had no say in this. You're a real delight. Besides, my boy's got the biggest hunk of meat in the room, and I think he's happy with that. I doubt he'd give it up easy. Maybe not for most of the people here. On the other hand, this would be a good time for you to move. Yeah, there we go. Slightly out of sync, but you get the picture. I get the feeling tearing him out wouldn't be so good for Bo either. It's not just food for your damn parasite. When I get down there, I swear to God, Julius. Shut up, Duke, or I'll start shooting. Bo, can you hear me? Are you alive? Where's my daddy? I'm here, Bo, and your mama's just outside. That's who that was. It's gonna be just fine, Bo. The officer's gonna get you out of there, and everything is gonna be fine. I don't think it likes when he talks. Those things under his skin start moving. It looks painful. Bo, or... And everybody should stop asking him questions. Let him die easy. Okay. I guess everything there. The situation. Why do you even want a kid? Like I need to explain myself to you. You make a habit of going around asking everybody why they had kids? Yes, actually. What if I'm the one asking? I never thought you were the kind of guy who wanted a family. You seem to like being left alone. So, why? Oh wow, Avery actually being useful for once. Fine. Only because you're asking. Kid gives me something to live for. Somebody to do right for. Some hope that life goes on after I die. Skill issue. I don't need something to live for. I live for the sake of living. Same reason anybody has kids, damn it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Julius. Should have talked to you more. Or come out here to visit. You did plenty. Don't worry about it. Evidently. Life is unfair to you, so you, what? Kill a man over it? I'm not killing anybody. I'm just standing here. It's not like I did a single thing to Bo. Debatable. He trespassed on my property. Everybody knows not to do that. What happened to him is his problem. We'll see what the law has to say about that. Franklin, I don't give a shit about your laws. It's my own conscience that I know is clear. That's all that matters to me. So, someone accidentally seeing something he shouldn't have seen means he should die then. Is that right? Nice. Forget about the people who loved him. Let the trespasser die. Because, what? You wanted a grandkid? Oh. I thought you were going somewhere different. I thought you were gonna say that he deserves to die because of him stumbling upon what the witch did. Never mind. He didn't mean to stumble into all this. He just wound up in the wrong place at the wrong time because he cared too much about his girlfriend. Pardon? Girlfriend. I meant pumpkin. That's interesting. We're not talking about Bo here, are we, Tabby girl? Although I suppose Pumpkin is a pet name people use for their girlfriends. And boyfriends. It's pretty unisex. Maybe if we let Dr. Kelly in here, she can help. We might save Bo without killing your son thing. I don't think we really have control over who gets let in here, but sure, let's see where this goes. I don't know if Julius is one you have to convince. Baby is pretty freaked out right now. It's been getting worse since everybody started coming in. It's trying to protect itself. That's right. My boy's got excellent instincts for self-preservation. So unless he decides to let her come down here, we'd best leave it be. What kind of man lets another man make his sacrifices for him? Pretty gay, Julius. Just because you got them big muscles doesn't mean you don't mean you know the first thing about being a man. You're just another coddled city kid telling other folks how to live. Sure. You know I'm a man, Julius, and I think you're a coward. Correction, Franklin. You're a pig, not a man. You sold your soul for some donuts and a shiny badge. Oh, always some excuse, eh, Julius? You really are a coward. You know, Julius, I think Joe Bob might be onto something. It's about connection, you know? You're having a stranger make the connection that should be yours. No! I'm not getting guilt-tripped into dying today. This is my one chance for things to go right in my life. Everybody else got their chances already. Don't I deserve mine? No, nobody deserves. I came this far. Don't I deserve to see my boy open his eyes for the first time? Are they not open? No. Have you thought about what happens after this, Julius? The sheriff's dead. I should have disarmed that trap. I knew it. Just didn't think anybody else would be coming. Don't blame yourself, kid. The sheriff knew better. That's why none of these boys ever come around here. They know they've met their match. And to answer that thinly veiled threat of yours, I can't say I give much of a shit. Right now, in this moment, I'm here, and my boy is here. We've got our happy little family. You're gonna be tried for murder, Tremaine. But Julius doesn't answer. He just watches in silence as the shriveled creature continues to slowly kill Bo. Franklin, how did you get down here? What happened? Stairs weren't blocked when we got here. I was the first one down. Duke warned me about the gun. He got off his shot, but I was already rolling. Now your gun is halfway across the room. Not quite. But mine's right here in my hand. Okay then. Which ones do I go for? Well, obviously this one. And this one. Just in case we need a reminder of that. And, maybe this one? Yeah. I think let's go before the first time it starts making noises. Which one, though? Avery. You and Julius are close, aren't you? What exactly are you trying to imply? I think Joe Bob is just saying we're friends. Perhaps. And we are, right? You called me up here to help. That's what friends do. What's your angle, Joe Bob? Making some kind of appeal to emotion, like you're in a hostage negotiation? I already tried that. You sure did. And I just about blew your brains out. Can't stand that kind of talk. Joe Bob, do you really think this is the sort of thing you can just get this guy to talk out? I know what I'm doing, Tabby. Just watch and learn. Huh. Julius, why did you really call Avery? Julius, why did you really call Avery? I think you know even a plant expert would have a hard time with this. Or, Avery, why did you come up here so fast? What would a plant emergency even be? You know, Julius, Avery asked the cops if they could check in on you yesterday and make sure you were okay. Or, Julius, you went to all this trouble to make it so you won't be alone. But Avery came as soon as you called. So, are you really that alone? Or, you don't need some sort of giant pumpkin homunculus to form a connection to other people, Julius. Or, has Avery been able to help? I feel like I should be saying all of this, frankly. Like, in sequence. So you know what, let's say nothing at all. See where this goes. The two fall into silence. I always appreciated that you was nice to me, kid. Saved my booth every day and whatnot. I know it was probably just good customer service. But when people don't usually give you the time of day, that kind of gesture means something. Why are you talking like you're about to die? You don't have to confess anything, you know? Especially since I already knew you were all soft inside. Otherwise you wouldn't care so much about what people think of you. They all hate me. They all hated me. No, they don't. Because I don't. But I think if we let this happen, they will. You called me for a reason, Julius. You don't want this to play out the way it's playing out. It was never supposed to be like this, right? No. Nobody was supposed to get hurt. I don't like this kid. He used to trample my tulips every year in spring. But that don't mean I want him to die. Bo squirms, moaning in pain. The conversation pauses. It's looking worse. Quit eyeing the boy like that. I can tell you want to jump in and do something stupid. Never should have called you up here. This is a family issue. Should have been solved within the family. Isn't it? But you didn't call family to help you. You called me. Didn't he? Sure. Again, let's be quiet and see what happens. I think perhaps I have already said exactly enough. And that's what being street smart is all about. That and knowing when other people are saying too much, of course, but that's, well. You wanted me here because out of everyone in town, you thought I might have an idea for how to fix this. You trusted me. All it means is I figured you wouldn't judge me for getting into this situation. You never judged me for nothing. And you were right. I see this the way you see it. Your kid is in danger. Bo is in danger. And you don't want anyone to die. I think there's a way we can do this where nobody has to die, Julius. Yes? If we just share the burden, I think that would save Bo. And your boy. And maybe us, if we're lucky. Yes? No, no! I'm not asking you to do that. Neither one of us needs to. It's not worth it. Ain't it? But it hasn't even had a chance yet. It doesn't know anything. It has no idea what it's doing is wrong. You know that you have to kill this thing. Just get it over with, for the love of God. Kid, don't bother. The man heaves a sigh, heavy with finality. Look at him. It ain't right. None of this is right. Nothing has been right since... Well... This ain't how a person is meant to be brought into the world. I should have known better the first time that damn witch told me to bleed for it. That's not how God meant for things to be made. It's no wonder what came out as some kind of demon. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about some of that, but yeah. I think you're finally seeing this shit clearly. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, yes I could have, but still. It might not be. I know there's some other way. We can fix this without anybody having to die. I know we can. Anyone except the sheriff, anyway. That's right. No person here has to die. Because that thing, it ain't a person. And at the end of the day, I don't need it anyway. You're right, kid. When I was in a pinch, I didn't call anybody else. No cousins or nothing. I called you. Figured that means I didn't need to make myself a family out of dirt and blood, after all. Damn straight, Julie boy. I don't know if you mean that in like a romantic way, or if you're gonna basically adopt him, because you kinda seem like you'd be old enough to be his dad, but either way, damn straight. Family is who we choose, not who we horribly bring into this world through witches' deranged rituals. Julius crosses the room, kneeling to pick up the garden shears by Beau's feet. The thing tries to reach out to him with a translucent hand, crying out for comfort that won't come. I'm sorry, boy. Julius, wait! He stabs the creature in its unnaturally soft skull. Beau's stolen blood oozes out from its orifices in a coagulated sludge. It emits one last wretched gurgle, and then... it's over. The vines blocking the doors slacken. The house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the dying meat of the creature's womb. The faucet in the corner of the room, finally unclogged, bursts to life, and water pours out onto the dirt floor. Probably should have turned that. Might want to turn that off. You wanted your witch? Here she comes. Good. I think we've got a lot to talk about. Well, that was quite something. Guess that's that then. I can't say I'm displeased with this outcome. Now can I? That was easier than I expected, honestly. Which makes me rather suspicious, to be quite honest. I'm gonna have to check some things next time. I guess you're not as much of a fucking idiot as I thought you were, Julius. After all. Now we just gotta get Bo taken care of, and then we see about that fucking witch. Next time. So until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.